Let me open up this real quick. All right, so I don't know if you saw this yet, but this is the batteries in the battery box.
The new ones.
Correct.
That you just had fabbed. Or cut.
We just designed, yeah, and got cut. So this particular box, there's two of them. So this box is designed to go underneath the floorboards. So there's one for the passenger side and one for the driver's side. And they both hold 3 Tesla modules each. So we had Will design these for us, and they're all aluminum. And they're made in a way that they're extremely tight, and it prevents the battery from shifting, moving. It's got these nice channels in the side, so it holds everything together. We model everything here with all the components inside of it, so you can see the bus bars there. So that connects the positive and negatives together, and basically series the batteries together. So you got 3 in series there, and you got your top and bottom. So we come in here and basically turn certain things off, and we could see how the inside of the box looks. So that's the box that goes underneath the floorboards. And then we have another box. Oops, that's the motor. Another box that is basically for the rear and front of the car. So we have 2 in the rear.
Because that's got the cutout in it, it looks like.
Correct. Yep. So we did that big cutout, and then we did this steel bracket around there that holds everything together and also holds it to the firewall. So what we did is we made a lot of rigidity and strength in these boxes, so nothing will shift, none of the batteries will move, and everything will stay very, very centered and tight. We don't want this stuff shifting around. This particular battery box weighs almost 200 pounds, so it's over 150 pounds in just batteries, and then shell and everything else. So you definitely don't want that moving in a car. Even a 20-mile-an-hour fender bender, something light, these batteries, you don't want them to come out and say hello. Mm-hmm. So once again, just safety in mind. And if you want, we'll go take a look at them in the back.
Let's do it.
So after we're done designing, what happens is we send it out to a company called Send Cut Send, and I always give them a shout out because they've been very, very good to us and helped us out with a lot of projects. So what they do is they take our drawings, we specify what type of material we want to use, the thickness of the material, and then also what they do is they do bending. So basically, we design this in 3D using Fusion 360. We tell them where the bend lines are, and then the product shows up on our front doorstep looking exactly the way we designed it. Everything's bent perfectly, and this is ready to go. So this is made out of steel. We'll be powder coating this, and this will be holding the substructure together for the batteries. The batteries slip in here vertically or horizontally, and the other battery box they fit in vertically. And this will tie everything together. Everything will get bolted together and welded. So our next step here is to TIG weld all these batteries with the battery boxes all together and make sure everything fits correctly, strap them together, take this back apart, make sure everything's okay, and then send it out to powder coating so it looks pretty. And we'll clean up these boxes and get them ready to install in the car. We hopefully will not be needing to remove these out of the car ever. If we do, that means something went wrong. Hopefully that doesn't happen, knock on wood. So once this is all together, it'll go back in the car. Then we'll start our final phase of wiring. We did already run all the low voltage wires in the car. They're already in. Now it's basically plugging everything together and putting the BMSs and tying all that together, then running the high voltage cables. Once we're done with the high voltage side of everything, we could fire up the motor, test the car, and go on to programming and the final fitment of all the extra parts.
Press fit.
Yep. There we go.
Question?
Let's assemble like a couple of these.
A rear box? Yeah, rear box.
Yeah, I got the rear box. You can do a front box and then. So the way we design these too is we put these little notches in, and for all the fabricators out there, you know exactly why we did this. It just makes putting this together so much easier. So put little tabs every 6 inches or so. So when you put everything together, it lines up. You don't have to sit there and fudge with it, especially when I'm trying to weld something and something falls over on me. Look at this box. I don't have any welds on it at all right now, and it's holding its whole entire structure together perfectly. So I'll put a square on it, tack weld it, and get it all together.
Push that one a little my way. There it is. Oh, that's right. This one was a little tighter, but that's a good thing. This one taps together.
Oh,
The hammer
perfect.
Becomes like
One piece.
Yeah.
Very cool. Oh, okay, so it's like this. Yes. Okay, now we're talking. I wasn't very good at the Legos. Yeah, look at that. No welding, and it just holds itself together. Awesome stuff. That's a good design. So that'll get all bolted together. So what happens is we could still get into the battery box and remove the batteries after it's welded. So the bottom of the box will be welded, the sides, and then this top part will be bolted together with M5s, I think. And then what we did here too, to kind of give it a little bit more strength so this top can't come open, is we've dovetailed every single one of these things. So it's a very tight fitment, so that way the back shell can't come off. Also, this back piece will be up against a firewall or a bulkhead, so this can't come off. And all these will be bolted together, and we also have bolts going through this piece to connect it to the car. So it's gonna be very secure, top, bottom, left, and right. The battery sits down. We have these nice plates. These rails.
These ones are a good press fit too.
Yeah, they're very tight, and that's what you want.
You got it where you need it. I can.
There you go. See how tight we got that? It's perfect. So now the battery, it can't go back and forwards, it can't go side to side. It is tight as it could be, and we left a little bit of a gap. So between every battery, you don't want them sitting on themselves.
Yeah.
You want a little bit of an air gap in there. And we put a mica sheet between every one of them too. So there was a thermal runaway. The mica sheet helps slow the process down. So if one did ignite, there's a mica sheet in here, and they're rated to a couple thousand degrees.
Yeah, pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah, so it will stop, or I shouldn't say stop. It will slow down thermal runaway, giving the occupants of the car more time to get out.